Hello and welcome to this week's Patriots Mailbag. I am Doug Kyed. If you have a question for me, tweet it to me at Doug Kyed using the hashtag MailDoug, and maybe I'll answer it here or in my weekly written mailbag on Nesson.com. First question here comes from Mitch, who asks, do we see the debuts of tight end Dalton Keene and linebacker Josh Uche this week? Both guys rookies. I'd say it's more likely that we see Uche than Keene, and I'll start with Keene first. That's because the Patriots seem pretty content to only be using the two tight ends, and Ryan Izzo's been playing almost every snap, and Devin Asiasi's barely been used. So unless the Patriots suddenly like Keene more than Asiasi, I don't really see what the point of dressing three tight ends is if Asiasi already is barely playing and not getting targeted. When the Patriots need more beef on offense, they've been bringing in the two rookie offensive linemen in their double jumbo package with Michael Onwenu and Justin Herron. So I don't know. I would say it's probably a little bit unlikely that we see Keene this weekend, but Uche seems like he's just what the doctor ordered on defense. The Patriots really lack a player in the second level who has that combination that Uche has of size and speed. They've been using a lot of Juwan Bentley at middle linebacker, but he struggles a little bit moving sideline to sideline. They've also been using safety Adrian Phillips, but he kind of lacks the size to fill those rushing lanes. So maybe Uche could do a little bit of both there in the middle of the Patriots defense. Great athlete, bigger player. So I personally would like to see what Uche could offer the Patriots defense in week 2 against the Raiders, especially going up against a running back like Josh Jacobs. Second question here, Andrew Taylor asks, any chance the Pats trade for a tight end? Maybe Zach Ertz could shake free with the emergence of Dallas Goedert. That is in Philadelphia with the Eagles, and certainly not out of the realm of possibility. I think that a lot of people think that the Patriots need a wide receiver, when in all reality, they could probably use just a pass catcher. And Zach Ertz is a little bit more of a big receiver than he is a tight end. So if the Patriots did acquire Zach Ertz in a trade, he'd probably play a little bit in the slot. He'd be in line sometimes. Not a Rob Gronkowski type of player, but certainly would be useful in their offense. One thing is that he wants a new contract, and I believe he's still signed for 2 years. So I'm not sure if the Patriots would be willing to give him that contract when they did just draft Asiasi and Keene, but like I said, certainly not off the table, not out of the realm of possibility that they could bring in a player like that. Final question here, Mike asks, Doug, do you think Newton attacks the field better vertically than dink and dunk? Check down TB12. Wow. Shots fired at Tom Brady. I'm personally surprised at how much Patriots fans are enjoying the post-Tom Brady era in New England. It seems like they're kind of enjoying some of the struggles that Brady's having in Tampa Bay, so certainly didn't expect that, but that seems to be what's been going on so far. And I mean, it's a small sample size as far as Cam Newton's downfield throwing compared to Tom Brady's. I would say that in week 2, he did show a little bit better accuracy and touch on some of those deep throws to Julian Edelman than we've seen from Tom Brady over the last few years. But Cam Newton barely threw downfield at all in week 1. So it is that very, very, very small sample size, and I would say let's wait a few more weeks before we determine who is the better downfield thrower between Cam Newton and Tom Brady. But I am glad that Patriots fans are enjoying seeing Cam Newton out there, because it has been very fun to watch him in a Patriots uniform. Definitely changes things up a little bit in that New England offense.